macam dengar baca-baca macam that mantra, I just buat bodoh je. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore this Sekali mata nakal, so I decided to peep. Then I nampak kaki. Okay, so I saw this feet tak pakai kasut. Okay, was just standing there. So from my vision, I tengah in a udang position, right? So I cannot see the top part lah. So I macam tutup macam tu. So I see kaki tau. Okay, dia dah tengah baca-baca. So I just tutup mata. Ya Allah Tuhanku, ni time juga dia nak datang nak visit aku Next time tunggulah lepas dah beranak ke apa kan, kasih ampau sekali. Tapi lepas tu tak kasih.
Yo, what is up people? Welcome back to another episode of Lepak Je Lah. Alright, hari ni kita ada special guest, the one and only
True Horror
Stories POV.
Story POV. Sorry, nama panjang.
Nama panjang sangat.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. So would you guys like to introduce korang yourself?
Okay, so hi, we are True Stories POV. Aku pun cakap mouthful I gotta admit that. I'm Nakia.
Dan saya Aidil.
Yes,
Dan kami dari
Yeah, so thank you so much Lepak Je Lah for having us. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for coming.
Alhamdulillah.
Right,
So sebelum kita start, I want to play satu benda ni.
Okay.
Kalau korang kenal lah.
Okay.
Okay. I want to see korang punya reaction macam mana
Okay, kena tengok mana ni? Tak payah tengok mana?
Okay,
Audio je.
Audio je.
Okay.
Audio, ya.
Okay, sekejap Jangan terkejut tau.
siapa bas
Siapa sih?
tak tahu lah. Liput
Tak.
dari malam is True Horror Stories.
So sebelum kita start, saya nak cakap Aidil kan, kenapa daripada penyanyi okay, so this is that was a song from the millennials would know lah. Kita tahu kita pernah audience is more of Gen Z dengan millennials juga, tapi more of millennials will know this. Aidil daripada Revelina, is it?
Naya ganti Naya.
Saya ada satu soalan je. Macam mana daripada penyanyi buat horror story juga?
Actually okay lah, senang kata ni bukan kata panjang lah. I try to make it short lah. Penampakan ni kan since the day yang tengah masih zaman-zaman penyanyi lah. Kan memang dah nampak. So actually yang nak buat cerita ni at first for me lah, aku actually bantah. Tapi dia nak buat sangat.
Okay.
And then cakap okay lah, terserah kau nak buat, kau buat lah.
Okay.
Sampai dah viral kan. Dia cakap B, I need kaki tangan lah to help out. Baru I join in.
So that's where is POV horror story.
No, actually before dah True Stories POV. Cuma it was only me and my sister and my brother-in-law je.
3 orang je.
3 orang je. Then
okay.
after that, bila Alhamdulillah viral, then I see the potential in it. So I feel also macam people actually want to hear our POVs lah, our encounter for this
correct.
thing kan. So I tanyalah suami, you boleh tak izinkan bini you ni buat cerita macam
Alah,
ni?
comel.
Boleh join sekali. Gitu.
Oh, cakap baik-baik lah.
Cakap baik-baik. Tapi kalau malam cakap daddy gitu sikit.
Wow, itu dah lain. Okay. Wow. Okay. Gila.
Dah lain dah.
Apa korang fikir aku cakap daddy je, English version.
Okay.
You need to allow me.
Ini husband kau bukan daddy.
Oh, sorry.
Dah macam gitu kan. Aku nak buat macam mana kan.
Tapi
Okay lah,
hari ni
okay je.
bukan pasal Revelina, kita akan cerita pasal dorang punya experience, how they started, and a bunch of questions we have lah. Okay, do you want to start first?
Okay,
Orang,
apa?
Got me off guard.
Okay, bila korang who started it first actually? Yang True Horror Story POV.
Myself.
Yourself.
Myself and my sister and my brother-in-law lah.
Oh, it's your siblings also?
Yes.
Also, okay. Then after that, when you started the thing, right? What do you think about it? Like, do you think like macam takut ke macam
merepek lah ni?
merepek benda ni?
Okay, honest punya okay lah bila nampak dia buat cerita-cerita gini kan, because kita memang dah senang nampak daripada awal kan. So it's not good to actually buat, you know. Then after that you go through malam-malam pergi certain places to shoot this thing, cerita-cerita macam gini kan. Ibarat macam memanggil.
Betul.
Of course lah, as a husband mesti akan risau punya. That is why I told her lah, kita dah suffer enough. We saw all these things. Then why you wanna create lagi cerita macam gini kan? Yeah. That's why initially in the first place memang aku bantah lah. Tapi yalah dah viral kan.
Dah kena pujuk kan.
Ibaratnya korang ada macam ada orang kecam korang ke first bila macam korang apa ni buat benda macam gini.
Of course ada.
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 Tapi the most kecam, I think kecam comment was this is definitely not true footage lah. Sebab true footage mana ada blinking of mata ni semua.
Yeah.
So that's the most macam tu. Tapi I take that as a positive thing because kalau orang percaya that this is a true footage, that means I did a good job lah in editing and making
betul.
Padahal kita dah tulis sana is actually reenactment.
Yeah, no. I mean, come on lah. Kau tengok video, you saw the blinking. Of course.
Yeah.
Siapa nak pergi letak kamera dalam mata? I mean, it's logic lah. Come on lah.
Oh, ada ke orang fikir itu real?
Banyak.
Oh, wow.
In the
Really?
comment, they mention like macam, takkan kamera pergi masukkan dalam mata?
Yeah.
Pakai contact lens kamera tu.
Exactly.
Ahmad, bila baca tu komen I was like, come on lah. Korang,
Kau nampak yang TikTok orang-orang buat macam mata tu kat
Yeah.
kamera.
Banyak tau orang fikir itu.
I know.
Wow. Okay, but korang start is at what year? For Nakia
2020.
2020 and right now is 2024.
Yes.
2020
Okay lah, 3
4
years
lah.
lah. No, 3 years lah. Baru start pun 4 years.
3 years.
3 years
start
plus.
January
I think around 3 years.
Oh
plus.
ya, diorang baru reach 300k subs dekat YouTube channel diorang.
Congratulations
Mari kita
korang.
Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih.
Korang kirakan number one horror story content untuk akulah.
Masya Allah.
Ya,
Thank you
untuk
lah.
aku.
Tak lah, ada banyak lagi kau ni.
Nak join?
Pressure aku.
Nak join?
Tak, so from the start, do you have like a inspiration? Sebab when growing up, I tengok cerita ni KC Malam Seram. Is it do you have like a same experience also, like inspiration?
For me, it's my vision lah. Nampak.
Your vision.
Betul-betul nampak.
okay.
Nampak the third eye lah. Nampak benda hantu ni semua.
Mata
Itulah,
batin.
tu-
They call it lah. They call it
Tu
third
aku punya
eye.
inspiration lah.
Mata batin kan? Kan?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's bila since you young lah.
Since I'm young, as far as I can recall, time as young as macam 5 years old 5 years old lah. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been scary.
It was, but what's even scarier is when
People don't believe it.
people don't believe actually, especially your trusted ones, your loved ones.
Because bila korang dah nampak benda gini, time-time zaman kecil, korang takut tau. Korang rasa takut, you need someone to protect.
Correct.
Then after that when you go to that person for protection, then that person himself macam tak percaya.
Yeah.
Then
So siapa nak minta
who am I
tolong tu?
supposed to
That's
call for
what
help?
happened lah. Yeah. So that was even more scary. I mean,
But that's for her lah. But for me, alhamdulillah, my parents percaya lah.
accepting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I found out actually why my parents did that lah. It was actually for a noble cause also. It's because they don't know how to handle it, so they thought like oblivious is bliss lah. Macam dorang just ignorance is bliss, so dorang just ignore je. And hopefully in a way also they teach me to not tegur. Because if you ignore them, you don't tegur them, then they don't come lah.
Kacau.
Which is so in a way,
Is it true? Can I ask?
meaning macam mana?
Kalau kita dah okay, let's say because most of us, our audience is Gen Z kan. So kita lack the macam knowledge tau untuk macam dapat tahu kalau kita terjadi macam gini, apa kita nak buat
Faham.
So if let's say in a situation where macam okay, kita tahu, kita dengar atau kita nampak, is it betul yang kita tak tegur dia akan move on?
Betul atau tidak, that one is question mark because I don't know whether entity ni different, lain lah. Lain-lain. They are not all the same species. Diorang pun ada perasaan semua kan. So I don't know. But usually what is better kan kalau kita tak
more
acknowledge
acknowledge,
diorang. Yeah, tapi in hopes that diorang pun macam, oh dia ni tak nampak aku, oh boring, then diorang move on to other systems. That's the dream lah.
Yeah.
Kirakan.
Because most people bila nampak, once diorang nampak benda macam ni, first thing first, apa diorang buat? Aku nampak benda lah.
Yes.
Diorang cakap.
Don't forget one thing
Apa dia?
you should actually recite some surah to protect your own self. Pasal
correct.
once you nampak, kalau misalnya kata you dah tertegur tau, diorang straight away you can macam somehow boleh macam dumping ke, go to you or whatever. You need some protection right? Tapi yalah, kadang kita macam excited kan, that's why kita macam
Kita cakap,
nampak ni, we share.
Tapi kalau that being said, kalau let's say you tak tegur pun, but benda tu decided to follow you home, then it's based on your good looks lah probably. Benda tu
It's always
topik
good look
no
Good looks.
lah, actually not always because of good looks. Sometimes your
Perempuan badan kotor pun dia akan ikut.
yeah,
A lot of things.
lain orang lain lah. Macam you just have to imagine that these entities, dorang ada similarities to humans in a way. Macam they have lust, they have they have different ni lah. So macam to them, if you're good looking, then they will just chase you lah. You know,
Seram.
lain. So I cannot say per se like mesti orang ni handsome gila ke apa, then mesti no. Dia really up to different taste and preference.
So dia macam basically macam like human also lah. Kalau nampak someone handsome ke pretty, dia orang akan macam follow. Dia orang akan macam try to get that person.
Maybe.
So
Ada kata darah manis kan? Ada orang kata darah manis.
Darah manis. There are a lot of macam there's a lot of
Okay.
factors that could lead them to want to follow you. Apa time orang pregnant, time orang tengah nak kahwin. You know,
For
so many
example
things.
lah, I know this someone very close to me. Dia ada mata air.
Okay.
But since dia encounter this thing yang dah ikut damping dia keep on tukar materi tinggalkan. Even dah lepas tu dah tulang pun tulang tu
Putus.
macam macam somehow rasa macam tak berkenan lah dengan dia ni. Faham tak?
Oh, wow.
Things happen.
Is that affected lah? Macam, wow.
Because kalau ibarat you have to imagine that benda ni, for example, if a jin likes you, right, then they will do anything to make you hers atau his. Yeah. Correct. So whatever they do is macam dia orang akan halau orang lah. They will make you panas baran. They will make you macam maybe appear not pleasant to people. Then orang pun won't be attracted to you. Yeah. So they can do so many things because diorang ada special abilities compared to human lah. So called lah. I don't know what's the correct term lah, but they can do this kind of things. Yeah.
Now I know. Okay. Cause for this dah lama aku tak tahu macam benda gini. Like I don't know that they follow us because of looks, because of our inside macam dalam kita semua.
Yeah. They
It's
either
more
that
or
atau
less like that lah. More or less like that.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
So dia macam ni tau. Ibaratnya so solution is jangan tegur kalau boleh.
kalau
Itu lepas tu baca surah-surah lah.
Yes, protect
Senang kata
yourself lah.
jangan tegur lah. Bukan kalau boleh jangan tegur lah. Terus-terus jangan tegur ya. To be safe jangan tegur.
Just lock aja mulut.
Okay. Question is, korang ni buat full time
For me now, alhamdulillah, baru turn full time.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Me planning tu lah.
Okay. Then what was like your previous job? Macam, if you weren't doing this, right? What were you gonna do?
I was actually in medical line.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paramedic.
can see.
No.
Boleh nampak macam
Nurse.
gitu.
Dah bukan nurse.
Tak
Dah bukan.
Veterinarian.
Dah, I wish tapi bukan. Yeah, I was something else. I was in the radiology department.
Oh.
X-ray, MRI, CT
okay,
scan.
Okay.
Untuk ID kita dah tahulah penyanyi. Abang Revelina.
Tarik balik.
Dah tekan replace Naya.
So apa nama dia? As we all know that korang are not the only content creators yang buat horror kat situ. Dekat luar ada lagi UXM. Apa lagi ya? Adalah lagi macam Casey Malam Seram. Do you guys look at them as macam competitors korang?
Competitors tak lah. I just see them as fellow horror fanatics lah. Yeah. So pada kita, but in my eyes, kita just saling entertain the crowd lah.
Yeah, because there are no restriction. Oh, aku
Correct.
buat cerita ni kau tak boleh buat. Kau buat cerita gitu kau tak boleh ikut aku. There's no such thing, right?
Yeah.
So
It's a
this
free
month,
for all.
masing-masing.
Yeah. Rezeki masing-masing juga.
Singapore is very small, bro.
Yeah,
Kalau
correct.
kita tak support each other,
Faham.
who will kan?
Exactly.
Betul. Wow, that is something we should actually learn from. Singapore is small, we should actually support each other. Bukan
Bukan matikan each
mata
other.
merah.
Correct.
Ya.
Betul.
Correct.
So kira kan korang ada macam own macam let's say ada korang pernah own kawan-kawan dulu. Korang baru start kan. Habis korang pernah own kawan-kawan ke relatif ke macam mata merah kat korang. Ada tak? Kalau korang nak share lah.
For me, bukan nak kata mata merah lah. My relative, in fact my own parents, they were a bit worried when I started this. Sama issue with Aidil lah. Macam diorang worried for my own safety because since young I've been complaining pasal nampak benda ni, nampak benda tu kan. So they are also worried macam, are you sure you want to do this, you know? And then plus my mom also worried satu factor lah. Takut kita buat video ni melalaikan orang. Takut kita buat video ni takutkan orang dengan benda-benda gaib ni compared to takut dengan Allah. So there are a lot of factors. So that's why whenever we try to make content kan, kita try to
Selit.
agama. Because at the end of the day, my the reason why I feel that Allah have paved this way for me kan is because oleh kerana I nampak benda ni semua, I decided untuk berubah, hijrah and insyaAllah be a better Muslim. So for me, different people works differently. Ada orang dia kena ada loss in their family members dan baru dia nak berubah jadi baik, you know. For me is this side. So I hope that for some people who happen to be similar state as me kan, dapat kuatkan diri diorang be a better Muslim because of my videos lah. Maybe diorang cakap, aku pun nampak benda ni semua. Nakia overcome this by increasing her solat and insyaAllah jaga waktu ni semua. So I should do this. That's my aim. So my aim is more skewed towards insyaAllah Islamic path lah.
So macam motivation kau untuk buat.
Yes, correct. And Alhamdulillah, I just to share, I do have some DMs orang complain ni semua. I just go back to that, cakap, okay, you jaga solat tak? Jaga waktu tak? Because at the end of the day, that is your protection.
Betul.
Yeah, so many people lupa pasal tu. You tengok my video, you takut. Okay, kalau kau takut, bagus, solat. So that means malam ni you can sleep in peace. So that's my aim lah. I hope I'm reaching to that stage also lah, insyaAllah.
Okay, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Okay, apa korang pergi shooting, before that you guys have Raki first,
Raki,
right? The place. Do you guys feel like scared to go there sometimes? Macam bila korang nak shoot, then you guys feel like macam tak nak buat ke?
Korang ada macam a certain macam let's say ritual untuk macam sebelum kita buat benda macam gini, kita macam
Faham, kita
faham tak?
Korang party
Kita ambil 10 lilin.
Oi.
Lepas tu kita ambil darah. Tak.
Oi, itu dah lain tu.
Yang gila kau.
Astaghfirullahaladzim. Baru tadi cakap pasal Islamic tau. Sekarang dah ambil lilin.
Darah. Okay.
Tak. Reki, okay. This one I for me lah bila Reki memang rasa meremang. As in kita have some places that kita have been to, then macam orang recommend lah, cakap you should shoot here semua, memang rasa meremang lah. But for me personally, meremang after that tolak tepi. When it comes to shooting, when it comes to business, I focus on it. Terus for me ada gangguan ke benda semua, that comes later lah.
Ni mati-mati.
For me, that's a bad thing about me. Yeah, because I just terlalu fokus. Meanwhile, that's why I have my husband.
Kerja dululah.
Kerja work comes first which is
Even
not.
things happen tau. Things happen dalam tengah shoot things happen. Just still go on. Yang the last episode for season berapa tu?
Camp out.
Camp out.
Tu ya.
Itu pun terpaksa
itu seram.
pasal orang dah kena possess.
Yeah.
I think if let's say tak ada orang tak ada kena yang possess, I think no, continue shooting. Confirm.
Is it?
Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't want to work with me, bro. Tak lah.
Okay. Is it okay kalau kita tanya more of that story bila korang pergi kat tempat tu, korang macam expect kita macam we should have seen this coming.
Oh no. The camp out kita tak expect.
Caught us off guard. That one was, in fact kan, kita was so overconfident that kita can shoot it and everything done perfectly kan, sebab kita have been to that place and then it's indoor, it's in a school, and then kita thought that macam this is not an outdoor shoot, because outdoor shoot there's a lot of variables, you know. Orang lah, kereta bising, everything lah, hujan ke apa, you know. But indoor nothing could go wrong. Faham.
Kena.
Siapa yang first found out yang something's wrong?
I think the Naya, Diana, Wiwin,
The one inside the room.
the one inside the room. Roger,
Because initially in the first part, me, Nakia kita tak ada kat dalam.
Mizi.
Okay.
Because kita tengah shoot a
Scene
different
lain.
scene lah.
Okay.
But bila kita tengah shoot a different scene tu, Nakia actually dah counter things already.
Yeah.
And dia kelang kabut. She don't feel good. That time dia macam felt like something is not right lah. Dia nak mati-mati nak patah balik dekat tu kelas.
Okay.
Classroom. So you want to
Then
continue?
true enough, bila kita patah balik, okay, so what happened was bila kita tengah shoot that scene dekat luar, right, it was at the corridor of the school now. Me, Aidil and one more talent kita, Mizi, kita tengah shooting. Tengah shoot tu, I feel macam ada benda tengah tengok. Then true enough, the corridor is freaking long. So we were here, and at the other end, I saw this statue. Okay, sekolah ni is an art school, so it's normal to have statues everywhere. Memang dorang ada patung semua tau. But this patung,
Statues, wayang kulit.
a lot.
Traditional punya a lot of
Correct.
things.
Like anything in the name of arts and is there in that school. So at the far end, I already saw this statue besar. Dia tengah tengok tau. Then I feel okay, Nakia, you're just overthinking. It's just a statue. It's normal right in this school.
Yeah.
So kita continue this scene. Then I realize this statue getting closer. Yeah, getting closer. Tapi dia size remains the same.
Oh my.
So you can imagine tak, kalau dia getting closer but the size remains the same, that means isn't it like growing? Faham tak? Pasal kalau jauh patut kecil dia makin besar, right? This
But
one
it's the
sama. Then I realised, okay, this is not normal. This cannot be a statue, because statues don't move, right? Tak apa, kita finish one more scene lagi, buat lagi. Dah dekat. So I really don't feel good. Aidil finally dapat habiskan that scene. I look, hilang benda tu.
Ui.
And usually bila benda hilang, I would feel relief. But this time I don't know why there was this rasa macam I need to go back to the
You
classroom.
need to know. Macam
bukan,
kau curious
bukan curious. Dia macam I don't feel good.
Oh.
I really feel that something is gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Tu I cakap dengan dia dah cakap tau, you nak one more. He thought I was angry because like we couldn't nail the shot. So I was like telling him, no, just go back to class. Then okay, kita rush. True enough, we rush, for no reason. We suddenly rush back to class and true enough, masuk pintu, pam. Naya dah pekik, Kak Sti, tolong Akif. Then kita was greeted to a side where Akif dah tengah.
Akif kena sampuk.
Akif
Something like
dah
that.
sampuk.
Berapa orang kena?
So it was per person. It's not concurrently.
Tempias.
Pass the baton. Gitu. So the first one kena was Akif. Tu dia dah kena dah rabak .
Akif is my younger brother lah. Dia yang jadi hantu on that day and dress up as a
Gula-gula. Yeah.
And pula on that day dia punya costume, get up, everything and makeup
Seram mesti tu.
solid.
So the thing is that kan kita cakap mulut tak mencelupa, right? But for that shoot, because we were so overconfident, Naya buatkan makeup was so good. It was bombs and kita literally tengok, Naya makeup kau bagus like today
Kita tegur.
hantu dia on point very good. Kita tegur. Which is
It's not good because in a way,
us, yeah.
in a way macam cakap kau punya makeup ni baik seram dah macam betul-betul ni tau.
So dia yang boleh rasa juga dah macam dia tegur aku ni.
Another way is it could be macam kau, okay, let's say ada pocong kat situ kan.
Okay.
Dia dengar. Kau biar betul. Takkan dia ni seram macam aku.
Okay.
Something like that.
Macam aku tunjuk ni. Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Dia ada ego ni, manusia juga.
Dia jealous. Dia like handsome dari aku.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Wow.
And on the days pula kita tak usually bila before shoot kita akan prep ourselves, kita akan baca dulu, solat dulu, semua everything lah.
Oh yeah, on that day also kita had to start shoot earlier than usual sebab kita ada timeline. Kita shoot kat sekolah kan. So dia orang cakap kita kena habis before 10.
Okay.
Kita usually start shoot pukul 8. And this was like gila, 2 jam how can you
Tak
have
cukup
tak cukup.
lah. Yeah.
So we came at 5.
Oi.
So bila datang kat pukul 5 tu, then kita shoot throughout lalu pas
rush.
maghrib semua sampai tak solat. This one I admit kita ni silap. The only person, there's only one person who solat, which was Mizi. The rest of us kita macam kada.
Tak apa. Kita habis shooting,
kita
nanti
habiskan
kita
shooting lepas tu kita kada. Because why? I salah lah. Because for me kita pentingkan, like I said, pentingkan work sangat.
Yeah.
It's very bad lah. Yeah. So because of that makin menjadi lah. That's why for the first time ever kita kena this
Possession. Yeah.
That's the very first time korang kena.
first time tak expect.
First time kena possess, yes.
Kena ganggu
tapi
tak
kena
lah.
ganggu tak lah.
Ada
Kena
yang
ganggu pernah.
ada experiences yang maybe korang yang belum cakap dekat luar situ, yang korang macam belum dapat share. Maybe recently ada tak?
Recently? During shoot
During shoot.
Kita dah habis shoot lah. Actually for 3
Tak, maksudnya kita ada any encounter tak yang kita belum actually share?
Yeah.
During shoot ke, outside shoot ke, apa-apa?
Anything.
So ada lah. Ada
I
banyak.
punya encounter ada lah. Time aku tengah bersalin lah.
Bersalin? Really?
Yeah. Time I give birth.
So in the hospital lah kena. Oh my god.
Bila kita nak nanti mampus hospital ni suruh aku.
Jangan
Kita tak
sebut
mau
lah
cakap
hospital.
pasal hospital lah. Cakap what happened.
Ya Allah. Okay, ni aku tak pernah share lah. Ini aku tak pernah share lah. Okay, just one bit lah. I just share.
Sure.
So my labor was a challenging one. I just gave birth last year, end of last year. So what happened was it was very unexpected.
Yeah.
Kita thought that something was wrong, so that's why we went to the hospital. Sekali bila dah ke hospital, they did check, memang ada something lah abnormal sikit kan, something kan. So after that they decided that I had to keluarkan baby ASAP. So when that happened, like I said, kita unprepared. Because it was supposed to be normal check-up semua. Sekali lepas tu bila dah masuk dalam sana, halfway through the contraction blah blah semua, Aidil had to leave me because he nak kena ambil barang semua. Kan kita tak prepare what. Kita didn't bring my hospital bag, everything semua. So like literally nothing. So he told me, are you okay or not if I leave you sorang-sorang kat sini, I balik rumah ambil barang kejap ni semua, then come back lah. Then for me, I was like, you know what, I'm in so much pain. I'm okay. I don't care. Yeah, correct. Just go. Yeah. So I didn't know that I was going to be left alone in that room for quite some time. So maybe the nurses thought that maybe she's okay or what lah. Sorang.
Wow.
Yeah. I think if you guys saw that one video I posted lah, that was the video that I did after kena ganggu. Aku punya priorities rabak. Okay,
Sabar. Selepas kena ganggu, you did a video. Video apa?
aku buat aku did like a POV, a short POV lah.
Ni lah selalu tengah orang ambil video je.
Tengah sakit tau. Tengah sakit
Tengah
bro.
sakit.
Sempat ambil video.
Yeah.
That yeah.
Respect. Kerja dulu.
Aku tak tahu sampaikan dia tengah nak edit dah ni lah. Lepas bersalin semua dia tengah nak edit kan. Bila masa you ambil? Dia tengah sakit
Yeah, I needed something to, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so going back to tadi lah. So before I took the video, I actually kena ganggu lah. So what happened was I tengah baring sana, and then they like gave me some. Actually no, they didn't give me any form of painkillers or what because I didn't ask for it.
Okay.
So I was alone in that room. Then I first heard macam ada orang tengah main-main dengan the equipments. So inside that delivery ward ada bilik kecil. Bilik kecil ni from where I can see, dia ada macam simpan, I don't know, gauze or like syringe, I don't know lah, maybe some supplies yang orang use ke apa lah. So dengar macam orang main. Not orang tengah buat kerja tau. Dengar macam orang macam tengah campak-campak, main-main semua tau. Then I was like macam whatever lah, dah tengah sakit, aku dah tengah ngantuk, like trying to juggle whatever semua kan. So I just buat bodoh, tengah tahan, just buat bodoh je. Then after that suddenly I heard some voices. Okay, so this voice macam as if diorang tengah baca mantra. So it was macam very so at first dia dengar satu orang. So I just macam I was in a fetal position, tengah macam udang gitu. Macam udang gitu ya, because tengah sakit macam gitu kan. So macam dengar baca-baca macam that mantra, I just buat bodoh je. Okay, you know what, I'm just going to ignore this Sekali mata nakal, so I decided to peep. And I nampak kaki. Okay, so I saw this feet tak pakai kasut. Okay, was just standing there. So from my vision, I tengah in a udang position, right? So I cannot see the top part lah. So I macam tutup macam tu. So I see kaki tau. Okay, dia dah tengah baca-baca. So I just tutup mata. Ya Allah Tuhanku, ni time juga dia nak datang nak visit aku Next time tunggulah lepas dah beranak ke apa kan. Kasih ampau sekali. Sekali lepas tu tak kasih. Ya, sekali lepas tu terus I just tutup mata tau. Sekali dengar lagi dia matering stop. Dah Alhamdulillah, dah bersyukur lah benda tu dah stop kan. Buka mata sikit, the feet multiplied. So there was
Multiplied?
Banyak.
Ni macam Naruto ni.
Banyak. Suddenly there was a lot of feet. Then semua tak pakai kasut, semua tengah beratur. And then the mantra suddenly when I open, nampak kaki banyak, mantra dia bertambah. Gitu.
Tak cek, maybe doktor.
Pakai kasut. Nanti mak marah pakai kasut.
Macam studio ni tak ada kasut. So baca dia baca mantra tu semua, but I didn't look up because I don't know what's going to happen because I was tengah nak beranak, tengah nak bersalin, and then not in that state lah. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to buat bodoh. I mean, this is the best time to jangan celupa and buat bodoh. So I just tutup mata, diamkan diri lah. Until I think I fell asleep, then awoken by him datang. Dan dia datang happy-happy, macam tak ada apa-apa. Aku
So the whole time
sorry.
Aidil tak tahu lah.
Aidil, sorry, dia belum sampai. I woke up already. I look around, tak ada apa-apa. Atau I was awoken by nurses datang nak check something Then aku buat POV. Then aku shoot the POV. Then after that relax sekejap, then he came.
Is it gelap? Dia bilik gelap during that time?
Very dim.
Very dim. Dia sengaja dim kan. Yeah, because I think they want me to sleep kalau boleh. Tapi sakit. How can you sleep through the contractions? Yeah, but that was my encounter lah. That I have never not say never lah, but yang paling weird lah, macam in such a vulnerable state dia datang and in banyak gitu tau.
Then did you tell Aidil about it or?
No, I didn't tell him sebab after that also ada satu encounter dekat ward. Tapi tu cerita dia danger sikit lah nak bilang
sekarang. Is it a bit like
Hmm?
macam very seram, is it?
That one is the scariest I've ever encountered.
Okay, tak apa.
Kalau tak nak bilang tak apa.
Tak apa. Okay, kita tahu yang apa nama dia, korang punya, it goes by season, right? Korang punya videos. So season 1 is your encounters.
Yes.
Season 2 is korang punya listeners
Viewers.
encounters. Are you guys still taking in stories?
Yes.
Yeah, so kalau the listeners that are listening right now, or people in the live, kalau korang ada stories encounters yang korang berani nak send kat diorang, sila kat mana?
truehorrorsstoriespov@gmail.com.
Confirm ni mesti banyak. Singapore ni bagus-bagus ya.
Alhamdulillah.
Tapi banyak West Siders-nya, is it?
Tak lah.
Tak lah.
Korang
Kau nak
you
cakap
guys
apa
should-
pasal West?
Mana aku tahu. Okay, honestly, I feel like West side is more scary. It's like lagi seram kan. For me seram. West
Tak
side.
ada.
Ya, tak lah.
Because over there macam very sunyi.
Okay, untuk korang, untuk korang.
Siap sunyi.
No, everywhere.
Untuk korang?
Anywhere.
Anyway.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so kita tahu yang season 1 is Nakia punya, Nakia right? Sorry, I'm not good with names. I'm not good with names.
Faham.
Season 1 is Nakia punya encounters. I want to ask Aidil, for you, do you have your own encounters before?
Yeah,
Season 3.
the third season is mine.
Oh, the third season?
Yep.
Dah keluar?
Dah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Camp out tu cerita dia lah.
Oh.
Camp out and yang kena rasuk tu, that whole season is his encounters.
Yeah. Tapi alhamdulillah after dah kahwin ni kan. For me dah kurang sikit nampak.
Korang
Tapi
sikit.
for her ongoing. For her still macam nak nampak lah. But for me macam ada masa kan dia dah ada macam okay let's say at this one place lah. Dia kalau nampak benda dia jam tu. Dia froze. Then after that dia tak boleh buat apa. Then bila dah nampak dia macam kita and then okay I know already lah. So then kita create this what do you call it?
Code name
A code name with B juga tau. So it's easy for us to actually cakap
tapi
lah.
yang difference is the tone.
Yeah.
Jadi macam hantu pun confused tau. Wait, dia panggil Aidil B ke dia panggil hantu B? Kita sengaja
Oh,
create.
wait, what is this? So korang tak cakap korang punya real name?
No,
No,
as
it's
in,
secret code. Macam kalau nampak benda, you guys they say something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, boleh
And that secret
Boleh
code
lah.
it's then we call it B juga.
Macam mana
So
dia punya tone?
then then tanya dia B.
gitu.
You nampak B. Dia kena low sikit.
Kalau dengan dia B gitu. Lain sikit. Kalau dengan tu lain.
Ini cerita seram ke kita?
Tak, itu daripada cerita seram ada lawaknya lah. Yeah. So apa nama dia? I saw korang punya IG. Korang repost ada satu movie ni, apa yang nama dia? Is it Sijin?
Oh, si Jin, yes.
Yeah. I heard that
The Bantra.
is it true about that movie?
Okay, personally for me, I have watched both the Indonesian version dengan Turkey version. The Turkey version, yes. Lepas kita tengok cerita si Jin tu je, kita buka mantra tu, I degil. He told me to put it down, but aku masih play macam whatever. Aku sebenarnya, yeah, really. Dia mantra did something.
Korang pernah whole team tengok together?
No, that one is just me and him. And aku pun pernah tengok seorang.
Wow.
Ya, tapi
berani.
sekejap je. No, that's why I said of all cerita tu kan, cerita Turkey I cannot watch past 10 minutes seram. So after I watch that mantra, something happen, I off. After that I never watch
faham.
alone anymore.
Faham.
Cerita tu lain insyaAllah boleh. That's how I know my horror threshold lah. Tapi yang
It's not because pasal dia macam betul-betul seram demi hantu tau. Because of the fact that diorang punya black magic, it's really that realistic. Tu yang buat kita macam the face there.
Boleh macam terasa lah.
Yes.
The effect is there.
correct, and it's something that is very realistic. It can and has actually, in fact, it's based on true story, real life.
Dia main
Itu
dengan
yang
nyawa
buat
tu.
seram tau.
Yeah.
Wish, seram tu.
So from personally lah, for me bila I watch the Indonesian version of the mantra tu kan, I didn't feel as much as the Turkish version, tapi pelicit sikit lah. When dia tengah baca mantra, aku tengah baca ayatul kursi nanti. Aku macam nak fight, faham tak? Because I don't want to dengar
Okay,
dia
bagus
mantra.
lah, bagus.
But
Because
for me, I
takut
tak
terikut.
ada. I tak ada baca apa-apa lah. But yeah, nothing lah.
Tapi kalau kau if we listen to the mantra, right, do you think it's still tapi kita tak cakap apa, we just listen. Do you think it still get in like
Yes, you bila you dengar orang cakap apa kan, you will subconsciously akan register in your head. Like when I'm talking right now, you have to register what I'm saying inside your mind also. But unless you're not listening to me lah. You get what I'm saying lah?
Yes.
So for Sichin also, when you're watching and especially that mantra part, sikit sebanyak you mesti terikut apa dia cakap. Pulangkan balik apa benda semua. You akan terdengar apa. So that's why I counter it with cakap benda lain. Jadi my mind will not listen
Dia
to
macam
apa dia
aku tak
cakap.
nak pulang.
I will
Aku
get-
tak nak.
But I will get myself distracted if I hear the mantra.
Correct.
I will just like talk to other person. at the side,
Yeah. That's actually the best way to counter it.
Because also sometimes when you listen to this mantra ni semua, kadang korang macam terlalu
Khusyuk.
absorb khusyuk tau. Then after that things korang dah start fikir-fikir bukan-bukan. That's why if let's say who know if there's a jinn nearby kau siapa, dia macam dengar dia nampak, you know, kau memang lemah semangat. That is where it happen. It can be that way. Yeah.
Habis dia tengah baca lagi mantra ni. Kau nak ngaku apa? Bila U-turn dia yang kau ni.
That is why if you guys Casey dengar Casey cakap kan. ini sekadar hiburan.
Sekadar
Jangan
hiburan,
terlalu
yes.
khusyuk.
Ya, betul.
It had a meaning
Yeah,
behind it, yeah.
Okay.
I actually cannot see things, but I can feel things. I mean, I feel a lot of like bad vibes a lot of time lah. Like sometimes when I go after studio and recording, when I go home walking up, I always feel like someone's looking at me.
Hibijibis lah.
Yeah, but then I will just don't care. I will just ignore and like just naik je.
Bagus.
Apa?
Tapi-
Hibijibis?
Hibijibis lah.
Nama dia Hibijibis.
That feeling
Okay.
EBGBs, yes. Tapi is it a thing watching me or is just my mind is
Okay,
playing with me?
for me usually when you feel something, betul.
Ada.
Ada.
Oh.
That's because senang kata they are literally everywhere. Is dorang bukan satu dua je.
Yeah, we are
They
sharing
everywhere. We are
space.
sharing
We
the
are sharing
space with them.
space, yeah.
So it's not impossible that benda tu. And selalunya kalau you feel benda tu ada, example you masuk studio,
Yeah.
you rasa this one place ni macam weird lah vibe dia. High chances memang ada. Tapi you boleh nampak atau tak nampak, that's another question. So that's why I say it's a good thing you ignore je. Apa tu?
So sebagai nasihat yang nak bagi kat listeners out there, kalau boleh just memang kalau rasa is it memang betul ada.
I cannot confirm 100%,
50-50,
but
yeah.
most of the time
Yeah.
memang ada. They just happen to be there, but they just tak nak tunjukkan diri ke apa ke.
So do you guys have any nasihat to give sekiranya orang kat luar situ, especially people our listeners are all macam kita punya age,
Faham.
right? So kalau kita go through this kind of things, kita ada rasa what should we do? Macam faham tak tu counter macam untuk Nakia is to baca-baca kan.
Okay, for me, if let's say kalau korang memang rasa nampak bau semua kan, I know lah. I mean youngsters semua excited.
Betul.
Nak share.
Betul.
Habis kalau macam dah bau, dah nampak apa, macam rasa macam nampak kan, mesti nak tengok lagi tau. Tengok semua kat sana. You know, try to keep it to yourself first. Then after that korang go to somewhere lagi more crowded. You know, if let's say you want to share, tak sabar, okay, just pergi head to somewhere else, pergi tempat crowded, then baru korang share. Cakap, tadi aku ada bau ni, kau ada bau tak? Kau nampak, aku dah nampak benda kat situ, kau ada nampak tak? That kind of thing. Kalau boleh don't on the spot, macam tegur ini semua kan. Sometimes without realizing actually, bila kau tegur, doesn't mean benda tu datang kat kau tau. It can be that benda tu datang kat kawan kau. For you maybe your semangat is kuat. But your partner ke whoever with you kan, penakut, lemah semangat.
Yeah.
It could be like downfall for them lah.
Okay, that time I also experienced when I was camping with my friend. You
Kat
know
mana?
kat Pasir Park.
Pasir Ris Park, okay.
Yeah, so you know there's over there ada macam the tower, Suicide
Suicide
Tower.
Tower.
Yeah.
So that Suicide Tower is like pitch black dark, right? I went there at 3 a.m. because we were walking around. So kita jalan, it was so gelap there. And like you can't even see. And the moment it's outside there, right, you can feel like it's weird vibes.
Okay.
Tapi aku bodoh lah. Cause like I said, I want to experience it, right? So like aku bodoh, aku cakap macam, mana ada apa-apa, aku takut lah. Aku just gurau-gurau gitu.
You
Macam
said
cabar.
that. You said
I
that.
said dah.
Okay.
Then after that when we go in back to the tent, because we never go inside, kita tak boleh masuk. So it's 3 person, you know, some more. It's not good, right? So like it's me and 2 girls.
Oh, wow, party kau.
Dekat Pasir Ris pukul 3 with 2 girls. Do the math.
Do the math.
Ni cerita apa ni sebenarnya?
Continue. Okay, so we went back to the tent. Kita cakap kat luar.
lagi.
Ada lelaki kat dalam. Okay, ada lelaki juga. They were sleeping. It's just that we want to explore. So we were just sitting outside lepak for a while, and then this my friend saw some like a bird flying, tapi it's at very low, like macam rendah. It's just one bird, you know, and it was like flying towards us. So my friend was like,
Color white.
I also don't know what she said, but she said there's one bird is flying very low. But that's so weird, right? Burung satu
Besar, kecil?
besar.
Besar.
Then after that, it was coming towards us. Then after that, I was like, why? I asked her. Then she said, it's okay, just go in. Later I tell you. So when we go inside, she tell me lah, there's some things like coming towards us, like it's a bird flying low. And I say, it's just a bird, right? It's just nothing. So the bird was flying outside our tent, macam boom gitu. So
The flapping sound is quite
yeah. So like we don't care lah. I was like, asal ada lagi And then she said but we don't care. Then kita dengar surah kat dalam tu sekejap, surah Yasin sekejap. Then after that when we want to sleep, we dengar Malam Seram.
Dah lagi.
Dah contradicting.
Kita macam
Kau nak aku datang ke kau tak nak aku datang?
Tak kena nak cakap dia dah wobble sikit tau. Kita dengar Malam Seram.
Dia dah macam begini. Nak tak nak? Nak tak nak? Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
It's just me because aku suka benda ni. So like
Okay.
not like aku nak benda tu datang lah, but I just
Curious.
Kau rasa
Curious.
kau suka dia punya perasaan takut tu.
Perasaan takut and like those like macam macam people panic right. Macam I like it. Macam what happened gitu. Yeah.
Faham.
Okay.
But that was the first experience like that I
Closest that you can.
that I can.
I can consider you guys as horror fanatics, correct?
Yes.
Korang punya, kita go one by one lah. Korang punya favourite movie horror story apa?
True Stories POV tak lah.
Yes guys.
InsyaAllah movie dia coming cik gitu. Tak lah.
Nak tengok tu.
Tak insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Kalau
Planning.
siapa-siapa nak invest in us.
Boleh.
InsyaAllah. Okay, tak for serious for in all seriousness, I like old horror movies Yeah, so one is I would say macam cerita Turkish and all this is actually for me lah seram. That's why I put it on my list. Tapi cerita orang putih, the scary ones I would say is actually Haunting in Connecticut.
Ui, tak pernah dengar.
that one is nice.
That one is nice. Tapi I don't know if korang Gen Z korang muda.
Gen
I mean I also Gen Z lah.
The story is a bit slow.
It's a bit slow.
A bit slow. Tapi
It's good. Like if you guys have the patience and the time, please enjoy it. Like it's really a good movie. And then but bear in mind tu cerita shot in like 1995, lama So editing dia maybe quite a bit. Tapi it's good and it's based on true story. So for me, anything that is based on true story and is good lah.
Untuk Aidil?
actually the same lah. But for movie Melayu, cerita apa tu Kurafat. Ya. Dah time lah. Dah time dia tengok Kurafat macam alamak, dia punya hantu macam sama.
Yes, the hantu is actually close.
Lagi-lagi yang bila kat tingkap ni semua macam you know when usually orang tengok TV ke tengok kalau nampak orang kat luar pun orang cakap aku macam pernah nampak, tapi kali ni tengok hantu macam
lain.
For me lah.
Yeah.
Tengok hantu ni macam pernah nampak tau. Something like that.
Okay.
Macam kenal dia satu.
Aku ke tu.
Adri.
Actually aku I actually watch a lot of movies, but I don't have my favorite. Tapi yang macam Si Jing yang Turkish version tu kan, I actually watch it before, and I think that's like the most scariest movie that I watch, and I kind of like it also because it's like based on true stories.
Faham.
Yeah, I like based on true stories punya cerita.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Sama.
Have you tried watching Dabe?
Dabe 5.
Dabe.
Itu best.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, I think I watched. Yes, I think
Actually,
I watched
Dabe
before.
is more. It's like
Ya.
better.
Wah, I cannot tengok cerita tu.
That one cerita tengok stress
Lagi satu yang KKM di Desa Penari ke apa entah.
That one is freaky I would say that one is freaky. Not scary but freaky.
It's just the vibes honestly.
Which one seram? Paling seram Melayu ke orang putihnya movie?
Indonesia.
Definitely bukan orang putih
No,
Orang putih ni tak kena.
Tak kena.
Macam bodoh kan orang putih. Tak okay. Macam tak pasal orang bila nampak hantu orang akan lari, tapi lari dia orang macam sesat.
Jatuh. Kan tu
Yeah.
lah. Aku pun heran juga. Tapi in all honesty, that's why I cakap Haunting in Connecticut, dia punya hantu is different from orang putihnya hantu. Like the story itself. That's why I like it. Dia
Ada hantu ada bangsa.
Bangsa aku not sure but in terms of outlook semua of course
Tak
lah.
sebab macam hantu kat situ let's say apa nama dia?
Vampire.
Kita punya-
Melayunya Cik Pon.
Because they are playing with our fear. Let's say you're kat in Eurasian, you know, you brought up knowing like macam vampire ni semua. So diorang punya fear is there. Dia be kecil. So jin akan play with your fear. So
Yes.
they will appear in what yang korang takut lah.
Kalau you put one kakak dekat Amerika, paling-paling diorang just pretty lady.
A new girl.
Kalau macam gini, kalau saya takut Thomas the Train macam mana?
Itu dah lain.
Yelah tak okay. Obviously takkan nak tiba-tiba ada Thomas the Train kat depan muka aku.
Thomas and Train
Seram muka dia.
Okay, kau pergi depo lah.
Yang tu yang muka besar tu
Dia nak
Tapi-
try senyum tapi muka dia freaky.
Yang paling seram is Teletubbies. Aku
Faham.
Takkan tiba-tiba dekat malam kau nampak Teletubbies gitu.
Tapi exactly. Okay, this is actually a good point. Teletubbies. You know that in America, dorang actually takut dengan Teletubbies because dorang cakap Teletubbies ni jadi hantu malam-malam. Yeah.
serius lah.
Really? That's why I cakap play with fear.
Oh,
Because dorang cakap actually these Teletubbies dorang at night dorang jadi evil. Macam Chucky for instance kan. It's just a doll tapi dorang
Habis
terrifying.
Annabelle.
Yes,
daripada-
Annabelle.
Annabelle
Yeah,
is different. Annabelle is Diorang benda tu
Dekat dalam.
dekat sini pun ada.
Okay, faham.
Doll, I mean anywhere what. Not even there.
Dekat Annabelle.
And especially this one I might be wrong, tapi from what I know, benda-benda ni semua jin ni semua kan, diorang suka duduk dekat tempat yang menyerupai manusia.
Human figure.
Correct.
Yeah.
So kalau boleh jangan ada doll semua kat rumah.
Aku ada banyak.
Ya. Kalau boleh jangan ada. That's why diorang suka duduk kat tempat-tempat macam ni. I might be wrong, tapi from what I tahulah orang cakap, that's why tak bagus ada.
Tapi aku ada dinosaurnya teddy bear. Comel tapi seram.
Buang. Dia tak lah.
So for you just bersalin, right? It is apa dia ada? Is it a girl or apa?
Baby girl lah.
So nanti bila grow up will you like get her doll ke tak
No lah, definitely I won't be getting her doll lah.
Dah cukup experience lah.
Dah cukup experience lah. Bapak dia sendiri tak kasih ada bantal ni. Apa ni?
Bantal
Bolster.
Bantal busuk lah.
Asal tak boleh?
Asal?
From now I have no. Bantal busuk.
Okay lah. Actually, because based on my experience last time, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow,
3 times lah. 2 to 3 times around there. I just share one lah
Okay, boleh. Last ni lah.
Ni point of time dia tinggal dekat rumah Taman Jurong. Sekarang rumah tu dah tak ada, so I can mention lah.
Okay.
Block 7. So siapa yang tinggal kat sana, Block 7 kan, tahulah dia punya rumah suasana macam mana. So I have this one bolster ni besar tau.
Okay.
Pula my mum suka letak alas, habis dia ikat hujung-hujung betul-betul macam kepala.
Aduh.
Macam gitu.
Okay, faham.
So that time dah tak fikir apa-apa lah. Usually pasal tu dah kira macam bantal busuk tau. You know, you cannot sleep without your bolster kan.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, bila aku tidur, I like to macam biasa kita peluk, tutup selimut. Okay. Everything tutup.
Okay.
Pasal konan. Then one okay lah, satu malam ni kan, I felt macam that night was like not it lah. Something like macam keep on macam kejut. Asyik macam tidur, asyik terbangun, kiri terbangun. Kan?
Okay.
Macam asal ni. Then bila pergi ke kiri my bolster kat sebelah kanan tau. Pasal dah terbangun kan. So I shift ke kiri. Tidur macam udang C shape lah ke kiri. After pergi ke kanan, nak peluk balik tu bolster. That's why benda tu bukan bolster lah.
Allahu Akbar.
It's actually that thing.
Oh.
Lillahi ta'ala yang cakap, the thing was really direct kat my face.
Oh my god.
Serentak I was like terpekik lah. And that was like I think my primary school.
Okay.
Yeah, around primary school. Yeah.
Okay, so so now you don't have bolster anymore, right?
Dah kena ban
Okay,
lah kat rumah.
sebab tak payahlah, ada nakia ke?
Betul.
Ada nakia. Okay, yeah. So that's all for today's episode.
Ada jema sekarang.
Sebelum kita end, korang ada apa-apa yang korang nak sampaikan to the listeners? Sebab obviously people will ask help from you guys, considering that korang macam dalam bidang ni macam nak cakap kuatir is it?
Kita bukan pakar
Bukan.
Kita bukan ustaz, kita bukan pakar. Apa yang kita ceritakan, apa yang kita nasihat ni is basically just kita punya experience. We just share it with you guys. That's it.
Kalau nak pakar, panggil Ustaz Fadli gitu. Tapi for us, kita ada advice lah, piece of advice which is macam tadi kita have been mentioning a few times, which is jangan terlupa lah mulut kalau nampak, because benda ni dia orang thrive on attention and everything. So kalau you don't give it to them, they won't bother with you lah. Kan? Common sense lah. That's one.
Dia macam ex-girlfriend kau Adri.
Jangan.
Nak attention.
Yang mana? Yang mana? Yang ada 2 perempuan ajak pergi jalan stop.
Okay, brought that up, man.
Okay, another thing is nasihat, okay lah, ni nasihat jugalah.
Okay.
For those yang selalu kena macam kacau, yes, it's good to call ustaz, to help you out. And orang kata pagar rumah, tolong usir tu benda keluar daripada rumah. But one thing I can assure you kan, ustaz, mana-mana ustaz tanya, first thing first dia orang cakap, yes, I can help you out. But if let's say kau sendiri tak nak bantu diri kau, as in solat, tak ada baca ni semua,
Betul.
that thing will keep on coming back.
Betul.
So that's the basic lah you need to do.
To top of to that kan, I nak cakap apa tau. Kita also kena ingat, kalau benda ni datang ganggu orang, hantar ke benda semua kan, at the end of the day, kenapa dia happen is because Allah izinkan juga. Walaupun kita solat, walaupun kita apa, kalau tetap gangguan datang, bukan pasal kita doa Allah tak approve, tak tu tau. Memang actually that can be part of your ujian, because benda tu kalau orang sihir tu bagus macam mana pun, kalau Allah tak izinkan, it will not happen. So you have to remember that. So kalau you solat, jangan give up. Because kadang-kadang that's your way Allah nak test you.
This happen based on kita punya own experience.
So that's why kita cakap lah macam ni.
We take it as sebagai ujian lah. Ini pertolongan daripada Allah.
Correct. So kadang-kadang Allah just nak test kita sengaja. Okay, kau doa aku solat semua kan, tapi tetap gangguan datang. Aku izinkan orang ni hantar ni semua ni pasal apa? Aku nak kau lagi, increase your faith in me ni semua. That kind of thing. Jangan give up. Ada orang halfway give up. Dia cakap, alah tak guna je aku salat. Pasal betul gangguan apa. Then what happen? Ping. Tinggal tempat lain. Tu yang kita tak nak. Kita tak nak macam tu. So at the end of the day, kita kena tabah. Kita kena constantly ingat. Whatever happens, dengan izin Allah. Be it good or bad.
Jangan 3 pagi.
Dah cukup tu sudah. Kau play lagu je lagi. Play lagu je lagi. Lagu dia.
Sekian. Di sini saja.
Ini saja episode.
Okay, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much to the True Horror Story POV. Aku dapat tu. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We enjoy so much. I hope you guys enjoy also coming here.
Sila follow diorang kat diorang punya socials. Apa dia bilang? Your own social?
True Horror Stories POV kat YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook kalau masih pakai.
And your tu lah IG.
Christiana Kia. Yes.
Spell it out.
QRYXTIIANAQIAH.
Kau je tu.
IG.
And Revelina.
Aku tak kacau kau tau.
Okay guys, kita tamatkan episod daripada hari ini. Thank you so much for listening to the people in the live also. Thank you so much. You want to take it away?
Okay, so kalau korang nampak hantu ke apa-apa kan, jangan dengan orang. Just lepak je lah. Okay, bye-bye. Ciao guys.
Ciao. Assalamualaikum.